Welcome back for round 2 of the top most Googled nutrition questions out there, answered by me, a registered dietitian. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. I'm Amy, and I am a registered dietitian. And on my channel here, I share nutrition tips, foods for health, and lots of yummy, delicious, good for you, and good tasting recipes. So hit that subscribe button so you can join our group of thrivers and be notified when we release new videos every single Thursday. I would love it if you subscribed. And before we get into this video, I have one more fun thing to share with you. You could win this beautiful end grain cutting board. I love it so much that I have my own, and I had its twin made so I could give it away to you to help encourage healthy habits. So hit subscribe and then jump to the link I'm gonna have in the description below so you can enter to win. Once we hit those 1,000 subscribers, we are going to pick a winner, and I'm so excited. We are back with round 2 of the top Googled nutrition questions. Round 1 was super fun, and just like round 1, I have not seen these questions, so this is going to be interesting and fun. And if you have a question that you'd like me to answer, just drop it to me in the comments, and maybe we'll do round 3. You can also email them to questions@thrivenutritionrdn.com. Now let's get into these questions and see what the internet has brought us. Question number 1. Should I do a juice detox? Oh, we are starting with a good one. Anything with detox in the name, I'm just gonna say no, right off the bat. We have our wonderful liver and kidneys who do the detoxing that we need in our bodies. A juice cleanse or detox, you don't need to do it. I would rather you eat real foods and lots of fruits and vegetables and all the wonderful healthful things than do a juice detox in the effort to have some sort of short-term weight loss or hitting some sort of short-term goal. Because guess what? Then when you go back to eating real food, especially those carbohydrates, the weight is going to come right back on. So no, you don't need to do a juice detox, and no, you should not do a juice detox. Drink lots of water, eat healthful real foods. Next, what are probiotics and prebiotics? Oh, okay. This question is great because probiotic and prebiotic have become these sort of buzzwords, and you might see them on different food products in the grocery store. So it's super helpful to know what the heck they are. Probiotics are foods that have natural organisms, bacteria in them that is beneficial to our digestive system, to our gut. Yogurt, Greek yogurt, sauerkraut, anything fermented, or kombucha. Prebiotics, on the other hand, are high fiber foods that feed that bacteria. So the probiotics are foods that have the bacteria in them, and then prebiotics feed our bacteria to make it happy. And those are going to be things that are high in fiber, like bananas, avocados. Both of these things are great for our digestive system. If you're on an antibiotic, you want to make sure you're having some probiotics because antibiotics can kind of wipe out our good bacteria in our digestive system. If you see those labels, now you know what they are. Next question. Why does garlic make my sweat stink? Okay, these are those like little fun questions that are good to know. And I have a story for you on this. When I was in college, the first time, I lived in New York and I worked at a gym. And of course, there's lots of health conscious people there. And one of the personal trainers swore by garlic for its just amazing health benefits. And it is really, really good for us. But he ate so much garlic that it was literally coming out of his pores. He just smelled like garlic all the time, and no one could be close to this guy. So first of all, you have to eat a ton of garlic to have that happen. But why this happens is garlic has a compound in it that when we eat it, it turns into this sort of sulfuric compound, and then it is excreted in our pores. So that sulfuric compound can be kind of stinky. And if you eat a ton, and I do mean you have to eat a large, copious amount of garlic to have this happen, that's why it smells. What are some healthy snack options? We all love snacks, right? I encourage snacks if you're feeling hungry so that you don't go into your next meal absolutely ravenous, and while you're cooking or just like desperately hungry, we reach for anything we can see. So healthful snacks can be part of a healthful eating pattern. What are some healthy snack options? Well, what do you like? I love nuts. Fruit is amazing. Cut up veggies with some Greek yogurt dip. I have a recipe for that. Protein packed, let's see, hard-boiled eggs, tuna packs, jerky. If you're looking for plant-based, I like crispy roasted chickpeas. Those are amazing. Another snack that is really awesome that is in my healthy snack video, which I'm gonna link to, whole wheat sourdough bread with peanut butter or whatever nut butter you like on top, sliced apple with a little flaxseed and even a drizzle of honey. That's a great post-workout refuel. It's a fun and easy snack. Make your own homemade bars. So I have recipes, a homemade Nature Valley, a homemade Cliff, and a homemade Kind bar. We make them ourselves. We control all the ingredients, including sugar, little energy bites. Whir everything up in the food processor, roll them into little balls. They are a great nutrient-packed snack to have at home or on the go. Next. How much caffeine is safe? This is a great question, especially for big coffee drinkers out there. So it's 400 milligrams is kind of the top end recommended amount to have of caffeine, and that would be 4 to 5 cups of coffee or tea per day. So think about how much coffee you're drinking, or if you're drinking caffeinated beverages, take a look at the label and see just how much you're consuming a day and keep that 400 milligrams in mind. Next question. What is a superfood? Superfood is this buzzy word that really became popular, and foods have been labeled superfoods because they're packed with lots of nutrients. Maybe they're really packed with antioxidants, or they're packed with lots of vitamins and minerals that have been shown to have certain health benefits. I don't love the term superfood because we can't just eat, so blueberries are one food that's been considered a superfood, but we can't just eat blueberries. We have to have a diverse diet. So if you see superfoods on some list, or the top 10 superfoods to eat, just think about that as, okay, these foods are really packed with nutrients and they're things that I could incorporate throughout my week. Doesn't mean you have to eat 10 superfoods every day to have the most health benefits. It's sort of a marketing gimmick. Just try to eat healthy, balanced, lots of fiber-rich foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, which you'll hear me say multiple times, and you'll be good. All right, what's next? How can I eat vegetables if I hate vegetables? Some people have a specific vegetable that they just hate, or just in general, they haven't really tasted vegetables that they seem to like. I have another story for you. When I was working in the hospital and doing my internship, I was in the cardiac ward and had to do nutrition education for people who had had some sort of heart surgery, which is a tricky time to do nutrition education. But I was working with a gentleman who just didn't like any vegetables. So what you do if you don't like, say you don't like veggies, but you kind of know you need to eat them, is we make this list of vegetables that they would be willing to try, veggies that have some sweetness to it or have a texture that people like. So for this individual, we landed on red, orange, or yellow bell pepper to try, just literally to try. And we have to try more than one time, but to try to see if that would be something they'd be willing to eat. Those bell peppers have some sweetness to it. This particular person really liked their sweets, so that's where we leaned. Other veggies, if you're a veggie hater in your mind, but you do know you should be eating vegetables, just try something super mild, like cucumbers. I recommend peeling it and de-seeding them so that those textures are taken out. Then you just have this really mild vegetable that has some crunch to it, has some water into it. It's not going to overpower anything, but it's a good place to start. My biggest recommendation is to pick something and try it more than one time and see if you like it. Other people might tell you to hide veggies. I don't love hiding them, but I do like adding them into smoothies, so that's another option. Add some baby spinach into a smoothie. You really can't taste it, but you can get the health benefits. Next question. Is Diet Coke better for you than regular Coke? Well, this could be Coke, this could be Dr. Pepper, this could be Pepsi. That was my grandma's jam, Pepsi. Let me break it down in a couple ways. Diet Coke is sweet because they use artificial sweeteners in it. And then regular Coke is sweetened with, let's just say, regular sugar. Diet's not necessarily better than regular. Artificial sweeteners have their own negatives, and I'm gonna do a whole video on artificial sweeteners coming up, so look for that in the coming weeks. If diet is your thing, but you're drinking a lot of it, I would suggest trying to cut back where you can because it has that artificial sweetener. For most people, I would say that Diet Coke isn't any better than a regular Coke. If you're having a ton of soda and you're trying to wean off, diet soda can potentially be beneficial. I also recommend the sparkling water to help you with enjoy the bubbles, but wean yourself off of that sugar. Okay, next question. Ooh, along the same lines, is organic produce better? The question is really, is organic produce better than conventional produce? And research has shown us that organic produce does not have more nutrients or more nutritional value than conventionally grown produce. So there's the nutrition side of it. If you want to talk about the pesticides and fertilizer side of it, organic produce is going to have much less than conventionally grown produce. So if that's your concern, you want to go organic. If your concern is just to have the most nutrient dense produce, you can choose either because they are pretty similar. So if you're just concerned nutritionally, is organic produce better? Are we going to get more nutrients from it? No, you're not. Conventional and organic are shown to have very similar nutrition profiles. On to the next. What is keto? Okay, I knew this question was going to come up at some point. The keto diet, one of the most popular diets in the past 5 to 10 years. The tenets of the keto diet are very low limited carbohydrates, higher fat content, and the intention is to put yourself in ketosis. Keto will help you lose weight, definitely in a short term, because when we cut out carbohydrates, the water that was stored with carbohydrates in our system is also excreted, so we lose some of that as well. And in general, when we cut out carbohydrates, we're also cutting out just kind of the snacky food, carbohydrate foods that we typically eat. So we're eating a little bit of less calories. So there's that combination there. And if you want to learn a little bit more about carbohydrates, check out my carbohydrates video. So keto is kind of the diet of the moment. I'm sure in a couple years there will be another one. People are really devoted to this diet. As a dietitian, I'm not a big fan of the keto diet. I like more flexible and open eating patterns like the Mediterranean diet, like I talked about in our previous Google question video. Here's what's interesting about the keto diet. It was originally developed for people with epilepsy, and this was back in like the 1920s. They found that when people with epilepsy consumed a diet that was really low in carbohydrates and higher in fats, it was beneficial for these patients. If you have more questions on the keto diet, you can drop them to me in the comments below. That wraps up round 2 of the next 10 most Googled nutrition questions out there on the internet. I hope this was fun for you. It was definitely a fun one for me. I loved going back in my memory and sharing that story about the personal trainer with the garlic. Like, I can still smell that guy. I hope you really enjoyed this format of this video. I enjoyed answering these questions and keeping on my toes to answer whatever the internet brought me today. Hit that like button and subscribe, join our group of thrivers because we want to keep this channel going and keep sharing factual nutrition information. So hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when we release new videos every single Thursday. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, eat well, be well, thrive. Cutting board giveaway is still happening. If you subscribe, you can cut.